Hello, hello, guys. Happy Saturday. I'm jumping on here to create. I was inspired by a pink smoky eye using brown shadows, and pink eyeshadows today out of the Natasha Denona palette. So I want to play around with some shadows today with you guys, and yeah, just talk about some skincare and all the things, all the makeup things. Thank you for joining, guys. Welcome. Hello, everybody. I'm inspired today to do a pink smoky eye using my Natasha Denona palette. It's got a ton of brown, like these muted browns and pink tones are really in right now for the spring. So I just want to go over some fun colors that are in trend, talk about the new trends for 2024. Hope you guys can hear me okay. I'm trying out my mic. I think it's working. I'm just going to clean my skin. I earlier today put on just a gentle tinted sunscreen, and I'm just using my micellar water to just clean the surface. I am really loving the pink shadows lately, and even my wardrobe, I've incorporated more pinks into my wardrobe. I feel like it just brightens up my face, and it's very springtime. Trying to brighten up my not only my makeup but my wardrobe as well. This stuff works really good if you have not tried it. I even use this sometimes after I cleanse my face. I'll use this after too, just to make sure I get all that makeup off. It just makes me feel a little more clean, preventing breakouts, clogged pores, things like that. All right, so I'm going to start with my serum. This is the Sieste Face Serum, packed with vitamin C, antioxidants, protects my skin from radical damage, brightening the skin, hydrating the skin. It smells so good. This is from Jan Marini, my favorite skincare right now. I'm going to use the anti-aging eye cream. This is Age Intervention Eye Cream. I'm heading into my late 30s, so I'm noticing I'm getting, some fine lines here and there in my skin. So I really want to protect my skin from aging too quickly. So her skincare helps prevent fast aging. It's all geared to minimizing fine lines and wrinkles in the skin. So this is the Transformation Face Cream. I love it. It's very light, but very hydrating and moisturizing. I have very dry skin, so all my products are geared to protecting my skin, adding moisture back into the skin. I also use her BioClear face lotion. This has 3 important acids in it: salicylic acid, glycolic acid, and I can't pronounce it, azelaic acid. But all these acids are really great for fine lines, wrinkles, texture in the skin, hyperpigmentation, acne scarring. This helps repair all that. And what's funny is I had a nose ring last year and it did leave me a little scar. And I noticed when I was using this stuff, it really cleared up the scar and minimized the scar. So it's great stuff. I noticed a big difference after using it. And I wasn't even trying to minimize that, but I just noticed over time it was shrinking and shrinking. And this stuff, I think, helped the healing process. Anyway, fun fact. So now, moving on, I'm going to do my favorite concealer right now, the Makeup Forever, just for the under eyes here. And, oh, you know what I could do is a primer. I've been using the NYX primer lately. This is the Marshmallow Primer. I like it. It works pretty well. And I think this was like $12. And it helps hold the makeup. Keeps it lasting. It has a nice sweet smell to it. And apparently it has tremella mushroom and cica and green tea. So it will help also calm the skin and take down any redness in the skin. This is the NYX Marshmallow Primer. And then normally I didn't do my my tinted sunscreen. I normally would put this on after my skincare, but I didn't do it. I did this earlier today. But normally I put that after and then my primer. So let's do, okay, so I'm just gonna do, lately I haven't been doing a primer for my eyeshadow. I've just been doing concealer, and I've been using the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop. This is more of a medium to full coverage, more of a thicker consistency, and I have a lot of color on my eyelids, as you can see, so I just pop a little bit of that, and I use that as my primer. You just use your finger. Just buff that in. You can see a little bit goes a long way. This is even great for under the eyes too. If you need more coverage under the eyes, less is more. So, excuse me, if you have texture under your eyes, I really recommend doing a very tiny bit. Okay. And now we'll get started on my palette. So I was really inspired by, it's like more of a soft smoky eye using these muted browns and some of these light pinks here that are very popular for the spring right now. It's for 2024, the colors for the shadows, we are leaning more away from warmer tones and going more into cooler tones, more muted, earthy browns, the grays, more silvers, so more cooler tones. I think people are kind of wanting a change and gearing away from the warm tones. So you'll notice in Sephora, Ulta, a lot of the new eyeshadow palettes are gonna have those muted tones in them. So first things first, which is crazy because I love my warm shades. So it's different for me, but I'm really liking the pinks and the muted earthy browns. So I'm just going in with this fair color here and just kind of filling in. It's easier to see in my mirror here than on the phone, but just filling in the crease here, leaving the brow bone with the concealer that I did. I just am leaving that color alone and just lightly fading this color It's almost like a soft peachy tone. And that's just more of my background color. I use a lot of MAC brushes. This is the 217 brush. Great for blending all your shadows. Very soft. Thanks for joining, guys. We're just having fun with makeup today. So I'm going to go in with the mesh color here. This one right there. You can see that one. It's like a tan color. A little more muted. And I'm just taking a fluffier brush and doing that in the outer crease here. Just creating my background shade. If you have not tried her shades, these colors, the consistency of the shadow, it just really goes on really easy. Very, you don't have to sit there and layer. The color goes on really good. Easy to work with, easy to blend. You don't have a ton of fallout either, which is nice. I really like the way this is looking. It's giving me more of like a lot of definition and color in the outer crease here. It's all about the blending. It's all in the brushes. This one's a really nice, fluffy, airy brush. It's not as dense, making it easy to really move around the product. This brush is from MAC, the 224. I always have a ton of different sizes of brushes for different purposes. So I'm going to go a little stronger here and take a skinnier brush here. Something like this, little kitten paw brush we call it, also from MAC. This is the 239. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to go in with the darker shade here. This is the Silhouette right here, and just kind of smoke it out more. So just in that inner corner, you can see how heavy this goes on when you use a smaller brush. The colors are very pigmented. And I'm going to take another brush here. This is a longer blending brush, tapered blending brush, and just kind of lightly go in and blend out the edges here. When you're doing a smokier eye, you have to have the patience to keep blending and working the product out. You can see that. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing on this side and blend out those edges. Sometimes you can even pull your eye out, and that will really help create that shape if you're trying to have your shadow go in an upward direction to give more of that cat eye effect and that lift to the eyes. Thank you. Hi, Amy. Thank you for watching. I love this palette too. She says, I'm obsessed with that palette. Me too. I love these colors. I'm really into the muted browns. The cooler tones are coming in, coming back. The warmer tones, not so much this year. So I'm really learning to transition and get out of my old habits of my warmer shades. So as I'm just softening the edges here, blending that out, now I'm going to go in and add some pink throughout. I always start with my darker shades and then go in and do the shimmer, whatever texture I want to do. I do that after I've done the smoked out look with the shadows, the darker shadows. And oops, meant to do this one. I hope I don't keep hitting my mic. Okay. Yes, this is a perfect bridal palette. I feel like this is good for any skin tone, really. It's beautiful. You have your golds, you have what's nice too, and you'll notice in a lot of the shadow palettes right now is a lot of the different textures. So this has more of a chunkier, shimmer, more of a refined shimmer. This has more like glitter to it. So I feel like with 2024, the shadows are all about texture. Lots and lots of texture. I even have this new guy I'm going to try today too from the Danessa Murix Beauty. Her line is all about texture as well with the chunky flakes. So these are really cool, and I'll show you in a minute what that looks like. But I just popped that right in the center there. Even on the cheeks, people are doing more texture on the cheeks. She also has this Vision Glow. It's called Strobe Light. And is this one Strobe Light? Oh, I apologize. This is Strobe Light, and this one is called Femme. This is a face and body product that has a nice little doe foot applicator, and it's a gel-like consistency for the skin. You can do it on the eyes too if you want to add texture there. So I'm going to add I'm going to do this one actually. This is the Mia. I'm going to do that just on the lid. You know what? But first, I'm going to go in with this Wit right here, and I'm going to kind of put that through the inner crease here. So to get right in that inner crease, I'm going to use my tapered blending brush and just do right in here. That just creates that background shade there. So I like it because I'm mixing my muted colors with a little bit of the warmth. It gives a really beautiful contrast. And I just blend, 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 blend. That way we're tying in the pinks. I kind of just bring it all the way, drag whatever's left on my brush and just bring it all the way out. Thank you, Amy. Enjoy the rest of your trip. Thank you for watching. All right, so I'm going to go in with the Mia. And I'm going to go in and just do a little bit of that on the center of the lid here. And you can see this gives more of like a silvery look. This one has more glitter to it. And I just keep layering it until I'm happy with the coverage. Pop a little in the inner corner. And I think I'm going to go in a little more with the Wit, this peach one. Do a little bit more in here. A little more in there. Okay. I'm going to go in and soften that out. Hope you guys can see that okay with my light. Oh, I just opened my window a little more. Okay. Now, let's move on to eyeliner. I'm going to go in with Costa Riche. This is from MAC, and it's an eye kohl. It's a kind of a warmer brown. So I think it'll pair well with the muted colors. Just adding in some contrast there. And I'm going to do a little bit on the lash line. The look I was inspired by did not have a winged liner. So normally I do a slight little wing. And I think I still might with this pencil and just kind of drag it in an upward motion just so I can play into that almond shaped eye and give that nice lift to the eye. I do this on a lot of my clients. It's just very complimentary and always gives that nice almond shape, which is an ideal eye shape. So that's what I do with my makeup technique, is always complementing my clients' features while giving them an extra lift to the eyes is always very complimentary. So, as you can see, my pencil's pretty dull. I didn't even sharpen it, but it's okay. I just want to place it, and I'm going to take my brush and manipulate the shape. So you can take a angle brush, you can take something flat like this, whatever you have that's flat, and I'm just going to go ahead and go in an upward motion with my brush. What I like about these eye kohls is they're very creamy consistency, so they're very easy to work with, very easy to manipulate. You can even wear them as an eyeshadow. You can put it all over the lid, create a smoky eye with it, layer shadow on top. It's a really awesome texture. So very easy, forgivable. If you get too much, you can soften it out. I like to just take my little angle brush and just whisk it out. So I hope you can see a little bit what I'm doing here, and I just go right along the lash line. This is going to add some fullness to the lashes as well, without creating a harsh line. And you can take your shadow if you'd like, and sometimes I'll take an eyeshadow and layer it over the liner, just so I have more longevity with it. And I'm going to do the same thing to this side, taking my angle brush and just softly creating that shape and lift to the eye using my eyeliner. This is a great technique if you don't want to use false lashes. This adds a lot of fullness to the lashes. Hope you guys can see okay. See? So just creating a little slight wing there. I'm also going to go in and do a little bit on the inner corner here. So we didn't do any foundation yet. I'm just working on the eyes. Now I'm going to go in and kind of just complete this here. This is going to elongate the eyes and add more of that cat eye look and lift to the eyes. I'm going to take my kitten paw brush and I'm just going to soften the edges here. Okay. Do the same thing to this side. Hope I'm not hitting my mic. So just softening that. You can even pull your eye a little taut to help guide you and give you that nice shape and lift. So let's go in and do a little more brown. I think I'm going to do Tender, this one right here. And I'm just going to layer it underneath, on top what I just did with the eyeliner. You'll have more longevity that way when you layer the shadow on top of a creamy product. I have not done a smoky eye in a really long time, and I really love how this can be versatile with any occasion. It's not too much where you can get away. I feel like you can get away with it for like a daytime look too. So I'm going to go in and just pop a little bit of this peach underneath, right in here, and just give it a little bit of a brightness under there with the pink. Let's see if I have, oh, here it is. I always have a cloth on hand just to get any excess product off. Ooh, that might have been too much, but that's okay. I even drag it a little bit to the outer too. I might have put a little too much there, but that's okay. We can clean it up with concealer. Not to worry. Okay, and then I pop a little bit of here. Pop a little bit of the pink in here. Here and here. You can even, what I noticed too in the inspo picture I had, they had a little bit of the shimmer. So I'm going to grab this shimmer one here, the silvery one that we did on the lid, and I'm just going to pop it inside here. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, that's so pretty. I don't know if you can see that, but it's right there. I love that. Like I said, it's all about texture. If you're wanting to know the new trends of eyeshadow, a lot of it has to do with the texture, the glitters, the flakes, all that. So now that we've done our little glitter, I feel like we can add a little bit of the flakes. We've done our eyeliner. Always keep a Q-tip handy just to shape up the edges here. Just to clean that up a little. Or you can use your concealer too. Sometimes I'll do both. I'll do the little Q-tip, clean up the edges. Really loving this earthy tones mixed with the pinks. Really nice combo. Almost has more of a gray effect on the outer here, which I'm not hating it. I like it. And what else? So now we're gonna move on to mascara. Oh my god, I left my mascara downstairs because I took it with me. All right, well, we will skip the mascara for now. I'm gonna move on to eyebrows. So something I noticed was the fluffy brows may be diminishing a bit, and I think it's gonna be more of a thinner brow. Not quite as thin as the 90s, but a little more subtle and not so fluffy and volumized for 2024. It's going to be a slimmer, clean brow. So I'm going to still use my gel. This is the e.l.f. gel, and I'm going to try it. I'm used to fluffing my brows up, but we're going to tone them down a bit and just see what it looks like. I'm just going to comb them down. Definitely not going to tweeze them like I did in the early 2000s. I want to keep my brows. All right, let's see. So this is what I'm coming up with. Just clean, not so fluffed up. Just going with what I see on the runway. All right. I have two different eyebrows, so you'll notice they're not the same. But that's the case for most people. Eyebrows are sisters, not twins. Mine are more like distant cousins, but it's okay. So I'm just gonna let that dry. But they're more tame, more calm, a little slimmer, not too slim. You know what I could do? So I'm gonna try, so instead of mascara, I'm gonna try this dry shampoo mascara and just see what it looks like bare. Typically, you want to put this over your mascara, but I don't have my mascara with me right now. I was not prepared, sorry. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this and see what it looks like. Ah, So you could wear it. You could wear it by itself and it looked like you put mascara on. It's a totally different product. This is not mascara. It is a product you use to put over your mascara to revive the lashes. It's more of a conditioning product. So it does have color to it. And it's from MAC Cosmetics, and it's a lash dry shampoo refresher is what it's called. But look at that. I could just wear that as a mascara and be fine. And I'm like conditioning my lashes too, so that's nice. It's a non-flaky formula. Putting this over your mascara is amazing as well. I've done that, but this is my first time doing it bare lashed without anything underneath it, and I'm pretty amazed at what it looks like. Wow. So now that my eyebrows are dry, I'm going to fill them in a little with a pencil. I think you do have to be careful with this because if you go over it too much, just like mascara, it's going to look clumpy. I got a little bit on my lid, so I'm going to go ahead and take my Q-tip. I pull my eye tight, and then I take my Q-tip and go across it like this to clean off the lid. I have such long lashes, it's hard sometimes not to get it on my lid. But I find when you pull your eye tight that you're not messing up the lashes and having them clump together too much. So I'm all about pulling the eyes tight to create that shape and help me out. Okay, so this is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and the color I use is ash brown. I am a brunette, so the ash brown I find matches perfect. The brunette one was too warm, so I do the ash brown. It's perfect. So I'm just going to lightly fill in where it's sparse. I was really surprised to find out that the fluffy full eyebrow is going out and the thinner brows are back in. Back in. But there's no way I'm going to tweeze my eyebrows again like I did when I was a teenager. So with this, it's nice because the gel will help create that shape and give you a thinner brow. And I just fill in a little bit where it's sparse. So I just filled it in a little bit, and then you could also just leave it bare. If you have a full brow, you can just leave it bare. But I like to fill in just a teeny bit. This pencil is great for making tiny little hair strokes. It's perfect for that because it's so tiny. The micro pencil from NYX. Something that's very comparable is the Anastasia one as well. This one is definitely cheaper in price because it's a drugstore brand. All right, filled in the brows. Let's move on to skin. I'm going to do my HD concealer here. This is the color 21. And I'm going to go ahead and just do a little under the eyes here. And you can do a little bit on the outer. Less is more, especially if you're in your 30s and up. I recommend just the outer and inner. That way you're not creating too much texture under the eye. And I just use my brush and just kind of go in an upward motion. That way I give more of a lift to the eye. And you're just going to tap the inner corner. You can use your finger or the brush. This is usually my problem area with a little bit of darkness under the eye. As of most people, you're just going to tap in that inner corner. I really don't need product in here, so I just leave that alone. You can put a little foundation there if you want later. If you do find yourself needing more coverage under the eye, I just recommend using a very hydrating product under the eye. Make sure you're moisturizing under the eye and using a hydrating concealer such as the Makeup Forever HD Ultra HD, or the I love the Studio Fix from MAC Cosmetics. That one's a great one. It has a lot of moisture to it as well. Great for under the eyes. I use it on all skin types. Mature skin, it works really well and doesn't leave anything cakey under the eye. And I love these ones. It's a very similar texture. I find these ones to even be more creamier and more hydrating than Makeup Forever. All right. So I forgot to add so we just did the concealer. I forgot to add the Denesamirics. I don't know if you guys have tried these, but they're so fun. Like I said, the shadows are coming out 2024. The trends are a lot of texture, such as, you know, the metallic flakes, the glitters, all that. So it's really fun. And I'm going to do a little bit of that with my brush. And I'm going to just gently, it's a gel-like consistency. And I'm going to press it into my skin. They're literally metallic flakes. I don't know if you can see that. They're beautiful. And there's lots of different colors. So fun. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the lid here. Ooh. Pretty. Wow. I may have put too much, but I'm not mad about it. It's pretty. You can see it just adds some really fun texture to the eye. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? When the light hits it. Ooh. So pretty. All right. Love it. Just took my makeup to a whole nother level. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I find using the brush works way better than using my finger. I feel like when I use my finger, it sticks to my finger too much. So I highly recommend using a flat brush if you're going to play around with these, the Denesamirics flakes. So I'm going to do a little bit here. Whoa. All right. Well, I put a little too much on this eye, I think, compared to the other eye, but that's okay. Look how cool that looks. Oh, it's a total vibe. Love it. Love. All right. I feel like if you're going to do it, go all out and do a lot, because the more the better. So now, let's see here. Okay, we did that. Now we're going to move on to the skin. So I'm going to use my favorite right now. This is the Makeup Forever HD Skin. It is very hydrating and gives your skin a nice natural glow, and it looks like skin, which I love. Right now, what's transitioning into 2024 for the new trend with skin is more of a satin texture with your foundation. So you're going to notice people are going to have a little more coverage. It's not so all natural anymore, not so glowy, dewy. It's going to be more satiny and a little more coverage, but not full glam coverage. It's still going to look like skin, but just more satin texture. But that's where this comes in, and I love it because it still gives me a glow to my skin. And I'm going to set it with a little bit of powder just in the areas where I don't want it to be too shiny. Okay, so I'm going to use my little sponge here. And lately, I have been using my sponge dry. I used to get it wet so that the foundation would go on more dewy, but because the trend is changing and people want a little more coverage and want to have that more satin look, I've been using the sponge dry to give me a little more coverage and more satin finish. I just washed my sponge, so it's a little damp. And so I can already see that the makeup is going on a lot more sheer than I'd like, but it's okay. But what I love about this foundation is it's buildable and you can always add more to give you more coverage, and you're never going to look cakey. Hey guys, thank you for joining. Hi Lindsay. Hi Lilia. That shadow is so beautiful. Thank you so much, little buddy. That's my best friend right there. Yeah, isn't it? It's so pretty. I felt like, oh, did I put too much? But I'm like, no, I feel like the more you put, the better. It's just, oh, it's giving me, I don't know, it's giving me disco mermaid vibes. I'm here for it. Yeah, it's so pretty how the light just, the shadows are, right now I was just saying how, if you're just now joining me, I was just talking about how the eyeshadows are changing. It's not only colors that are changing for 2024, but it's the texture. So you're going to notice there's a lot of eyeshadows that are going to come out, and it's a lot of texture. These are flakes from Danessa Myricks, and you know, a lot of the glitters are coming out, chunky glitter, chunky flakes, textured shadows are coming out. And as far as colors go, I noticed pops of color are going to be, people are going to be wearing more pops of color. Not so much like a full eye of pink, but maybe just like maybe a winged liner of like a neon pink or green or purple. So a lot of that is going to come back, but it's going to still be very complementary and, you know, wearable. So I noticed I have a little bit of hyperpigmentation right on my cheek, and this, as my sponge is drying, I'm able to add more coverage and it cover more. But I am honestly loving the satin skin, especially when I do it on brides and their bridesmaids. I just feel like it wears a lot longer for people too, having that satin skin. You're getting the coverage, but yet you're not having it look cakey. And using my sponges, I'm able to build coverage that way. Yes, a summer mermaid. That's what she said. She said it looks like a summer mermaid. It does. Ready for the summer. I love this foundation. Definitely it's more of my spring color, fall, spring. It's not, I feel like I'll be getting darker here soon in the summer, so, but that's okay because I just use my contour stick or bronzer and add me some color. So I'm going to do my Mario contour stick. I do feel like the contouring is still in. It's definitely not as much. So I still like to do very little amounts. Less is more. I've always felt that way. I was never really into the heavy makeup from 2016 when everyone used the heavy contour and the baking and all the powders. I'm just not a fan of it. It's just not my style. But I do love a nice contour, something that's really oh, I forgot I have the brush attached to it. This brush is so cute. It's cute how it has a little brush to it. So I still like to contour and just complement the shape and enhance the features on my clients and on myself. This little buffer brush is so convenient. And I love the Mario sticks. They are my favorite right now. Very easy to work with, very easy to shear down if you get too much. And I love the range of colors he has. They're not too warm. They're a perfect shade for a contour. And I do a little on the nose here. Oh, and I didn't do any on my chin, but sometimes I do. I'll do a little on my chin. I didn't do that. So sometimes I'll go a little here. That'll add some color to me and then just give more of a definition in the jawline. I'm trying so hard not to hit my microphone because that can be annoying when you're hearing the muffled noise, so bear with me. And I just bring it down to the neck, just so I don't have any harsh lines. I'm going to take my little translucent powder because right now we're all about more of that satin finish. So I'm going to just go in, and this is nice because the Laura Mercier powder is not a heavy, it's not a heavy or cakey powder. It's a very light powder. And I'm just going to set it on the forehead here, under the eyes a little bit. Because I want to have more of that satin finish to my skin while still having a little bit of a glow. And if you ever get too much contour, you can always highlight the nose with a little bit of leftover product on your sponge, or even grab a little more of your concealer or foundation, and you can simply shear that down if you need to. Now I'm going to go in with my blushes here. I think I'm going to do let's see. I think I'm gonna do this one. This one is called Dusty Rose. I think that's gonna complement with the colors I have going on here. It's very similar to this one actually, the Bliss from Rare Beauty. These are 23 and these are $7. So the e.l.f. are 7. And the colors are very, very similar. So I'm going to do a little here. Something to take note of is the e.l.f. These liquid e.l.f. blushes are very high pigmented. So a little bit goes a long way. But not to worry, because with creamy or liquid blushes, they're always easy to soften and blend out. Very forgivable. So I'm going to go ahead and tap that into the skin. You can even mix colors if you want to brighten them up some. You can always mix a little bit in there. But I think I'm happy with this one. This is the Dusty Rose from e.l.f. I love these. They're very easy to soften and blend. And the color is so true to its color. It's so pretty, vibrant, high pigmented. I use my finger to really help melt them into the skin. And same goes for the blush. If you get too much and you feel like it's too heavy, you can always go in and add a little more foundation over top. Which I'm probably just going to take whatever's left on my sponge and just kind of soften the edges so that it's really blended. And just looks more natural. I love this color. It looks very natural and lived in. And it's not taking away from the eye makeup. So I like the eyes to be the focus, since they're so dramatic with the iridescent flakes and the smokier earthy tone shadow. There's really no rules, you guys, to how you want to do your makeup. Makeup is, to me, it's an expression of you, and I like to just use the trends as an inspiration, but it doesn't mean you have to do this and you have to do that. It's whatever makes you feel good, and that's all that matters. That's all that matters. All right, so I'm going to do a little bit of my lip conditioner. Just a little Vaseline. My lips get very dry, so I go to my Vaseline all the time. And I think I'm gonna do, I'm kind of just winging it today, guys, so let's just see what I got here. So let's try it. Oh, this is Peach Blossom. I do love Peach Blossom, but we kind of have the pinks going on today. So I think I'm going to do my Cream Cup from MAC Cosmetics with my Oak lip liner because I feel like it's going to go well with the eyes. We did more muted earthy browns with background of pinks, my iridescent flakes, and I think the pink and the brown lip liner, or the neutral brown lip liner, is going to be nice. Very nice. And I want my eyes to be the focus. So I want my lips to be more muted and subtle, and but still, you know, light and pretty. So don't mind me, I just lost my sharpener. BRB. Okay. Found it. All right, I'm just going to sharpen my pencil real quick, and then I'll show you my lips. So I'm going to try the Oak. Oak is my go-to. Very neutral. I need to put my mirror up a little higher there. I typically will do just the outer parts, kind of fill in the corners. I still like to give that ombre effect. All right. I'm going to add a little bit of the Cream Cup. And let's see, I'm going to do my little brush, my little lip brush for precision. I like to gut out my lipsticks because I put them all in a palette for my clients. So I gut them out and then I just save the leftovers for myself. So I use a little brush when it looks like that. It's almost gone. But I love Cream Cup. It's the perfect pink. And I feel like it goes so well with the Oak, creating almost a peachy tone. And that's it. That's it. And then you can add a little bit of gloss. Maybe I'll do a little glossy gloss. Let's see what I have in here. I have this peachy one. I think I'll go with this one. Yeah, I think I like this one the best here. So this is Litchi Luxe from MAC, and I'm just going to do a little bit on the lips. in the center. You'll notice too, 2024, lip jellies. Lip jellies are coming in. Lip mousse, lip oils, very shiny lips, and very sheer in color. So do a little bit of that, and there you have it. Hope you guys like it. I love it. I definitely love the browns with the pinks. I think it's such a beautiful combo and something that will complement any look, any occasion, will look good on anybody. And there you have it, guys. I'm going to blend out my forehead a little bit more. So I'll make sure to list my products that I used. And let me know if you guys have any questions. And I look forward to seeing you guys soon. There's the final look with this fun metallic eye. I love it. And what's nice is it doesn't feel heavy. These flakes don't feel heavy or cakey. They feel really, I don't even realize I have it on. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and I hope to do another live for you again and play around with some makeup and talk about new trends for 2024. Have a great weekend, guys, and hope you guys try this look out or something similar to it, and let me know how it worked out for you. Natasha Denona palette. Go get it at Sephora, along with the Danessa Myricks flakes. So beautiful. They have different colors in these, so try them out. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great night. Bye.